Today, I am so excited to jump in with you to talk all about how to use my twice a month strategy for Facebook Lives to generate profit inside of your online courses. We are wrapping up the Business of Courses Bootcamp, and so today I'm going to walk you through those two types of videos that you want to start doing right this month so that you can prep for your course launch coming up this fall. So number one thing is it doesn't require that you have to have fancy tech. Number two, you don't have to constantly be on Facebook Lives all the time. And you can start even if you're super busy with clients and you're also busy with your full-time job if you're still working full-time. So the number one thing that I want to share with you is how to get that started. So what I'm going to do is I am going to share my screen. So do just bear with me while I pop on over. So I'm inside of the special swipe files for the Sell with Social Guide workbook. And I hope that this has been helpful for you because it's been a blast to share this resource with you. So you want to make sure that you grab it because I'm actually going to be taking this away soon and it's going to be only available for my membership folks. So do make sure that you download it for free before I take it away. Okay, so the first thing that I want to share with you is to create a Facebook Live topic. And I want you to create a Facebook outline based off of those three important things that you need to have in your content. The first type of thing that you need to include is your headline or that hook, right? You're going to attract your ideal course customer by telling them the outcome that they are going to expect from your video. Now, you do not need to be super spiffy or salesy. In fact, if you're saying ums and ahs all the time, it's okay. I sucked at my first Facebook Live video. My video was terrible. I got over it. It was a disaster and I got through it. You can too. Even if someone like me can get live on video, I know that you can too because I actually don't like getting on video all the time, but I know it's part of my business and I also get to connect up with more people that way, so that's kind of fun. So hook, you want to include that attention grabbing statement, right? The expected outcome that you are going to get. Let's take a look at this example. Ready to make some massive waves to create your online course with a slam dunk sales page? All right, that sounds pretty good to me. You might also say how to create your first sales page in 90 minutes or less. You could say something like that. Then you're going to share 3 to 5 valuable tips. Your Facebook video can be anywhere from 15 minutes to 20 minutes, maybe even less. If you can get it under 10 minutes, that would be awesome. It does not need to be an hour long. It does not need to be a big production the size of Titanic's budget. You do not need to have any of that. Lastly, you need to have a clear call to action. These 3 call to actions are going to help you either A, generate new leads if you haven't collected an email address inside of your Facebook group. 2, it's going to also help to generate free sales. So for instance, if you're not investing in Facebook ads, which I don't recommend doing right away, I recommend that you sell organically. So if you're using Facebook Lives, this is the perfect way for you to say, hey, by the way, go ahead and grab this resource. It's only $7. The link is in the description or the link is in the comments. All right, so here is how I created mine. You can see it says, ready to make some massive waves to create your online course with a slam dunk sales page. And then here it says, here's my top tips to creating a landing page on Thinkific, plus some awesome copy tips that you want to write out for that next landing page. And then there's that call to action. So this is actually an engagement call to action. I'm telling them, hey, follow me on YouTube. That's where I want you to watch this full video. Okay, so let's take a look at how I make this work. Now, if you are ever wondering what kind of tech software do you use to create your Facebook Lives, I'm going to tell you exactly what tech stack I use. So when I first started, all I did was integrate Zoom directly into Facebook. Zoom allowed me to bring on guests. I didn't have to pay for extra software. I was already using Zoom. And so it was very easy for me to stream directly onto Facebook. Now you can also use Facebook Live, but I have to say it's not really as great if you're trying to bring guests on. And so if you desire to bring on guests, you can definitely do that. So the one thing that I would recommend is just start simple. Get a microphone. You want to have good quality audio so people can hear you. The worst type of thing that you can do is have some sort of bad audio where you hear too much noise. Get in a quiet place. You want to go and make sure that your air conditioning is off, that your door is closed. If you have a dog or if you have kids around, it's okay if they come and interrupt every once in a while, but ideally you'd want to have some separation so that you can have a quiet space to work. Number 3, you want to make sure that you are going to have a camera. Now, I use my camera directly from my MacBook, and this is just my Mac. Somebody asked me, do you have a special camera? Do you have fancy gear? And I'm like, no, I literally just have my laptop, and that is what I'm using right now. So you're going to have 3 things. Your microphone, ideally, a quiet place, your camera, and some sort of way to stream. You can do it directly on Facebook, or you can do it through some sort of software like Zoom. Now, once I did that a few times, I was able to create connection engagement with my audience. This allowed me to make great conversations, connect up with new people who I could collaborate with on different projects, and it's generally just a great community builder. Not only is it a great community builder, it's also very profitable because Facebook Lives are one of the best ways to get in front of your audience and also tell them about products that you're promoting and also programs that you're selling if you're an online course creator. Even if you're a service provider thinking about getting live on camera, you might want to consider adding Facebook Lives to your repertoire so that you can get in front of new clients and customers without relying solely on one type of Facebook advertising or any other types of marketing methods. Okay, so the last thing I want to mention to you is that it is very important that you start to create content. Plan out next week or next month's Facebook Live and add those 3 things. Now, I told you that I was going to tell you the number 2 type of content that you want to create for your Facebook Lives, and that's where I'm going to share that with you right now. So let's pop over, Let's pop over to step 2. This is an engagement post. So this is an engagement post, and what we want to do is we want to talk about a Q&A session. Now, this is really great if you have a specific topic that you're very knowledgeable about. You might want to post something on Monday and say, hey, by the way, I'm going to do a Facebook Live on this day about this topic. What questions do you have? You can ask people to comment below. You can actually create a weekly thread of questions and then share it. Now, this allows people to have the ability to ask you questions, making you the expert in the topic. That way, you get feedback, you know exactly what questions people have, and it's a great way to feel out, if you will, what kind of content you want to put into your course. Okay, so let's say you have this planned out. You're now going to create those 2 Facebook Lives to start streaming. Now you want to actually prep out your sales content. Now, this is exactly the same thing that you've been doing. You're going to create how-to videos and tutorials. Remember what we talked about, that hook, 3 tips, and that call to action? Then we talked about that engagement video, right? We're talking about answering frequently asked questions. You can stream it live. Now, if you're wondering, hey, Melody, you've got some really cool things. You got this circle here. How did I get this circle? And I see that you're also on YouTube. How are you on YouTube as well? Well, I use a couple different softwares, and I told you that I didn't do that at first. In fact, I just had some simple setup. The tools that I recommend are, 1, once you get started after Zoom, you want to invest in something that will allow you to stream in multiple places. And if you want some fancy things on top of that, here are the tools I use. So 1, I use Ecamm. Ecamm is really great because it allows me to schedule my lives in multiple Facebook groups. This is really powerful. That way I don't have to worry that the wrong people are seeing it or that not enough people are seeing it or that I'm missing somebody, because I probably have about 5 Facebook groups that I manage. So you want to create an Ecamm account, and I have a really great offer here if you can check it out. This is how I stream the little intro video with the music playing. This is how I add this little thing right here that says join me here on Instagram. So it's really fun, and once you get used to it, you definitely want to up-level your live streams, but I don't think it's necessary when you're first starting. So the second thing that I use is Restream. Restream account allows me to stream in multiple places, on YouTube, on Facebook pages, on Facebook groups, on my personal profile. So there are different plans, and I recommend that you check out this free trial. You can check it out. Restream is perfect because not only are you building up an audience, you also have evergreen content. Because the one thing I've noticed about just streaming to Facebook only is that people won't know where to find your stuff. The good thing about YouTube is that you have an easily shareable link. And I've noticed that there's some bugs over the last month and a half when I was doing my summit with people finding my lives on Facebook. So instead, I started using Restream to actually streamline all of my YouTube streams. And now I know that the right people are going to see it. I can share it again. I can embed it into sales pages. It's super easy. And once you do it, it's literally going to change your workflows. And it's changed my workflows. It's made my life so much easier to market my business and to also make great connections. So that is what I recommend to get started. Those 2 Facebook Lives to get started. Sound simple? Okay, well, if you're already creating Facebook Lives, I'm going to share with you one more tip and an example of how I use other people's audiences to grow my email list, generate revenue and sales, even if I have a super small following and I don't constantly go live. So let's take a look at that, and I'm going to pop over to Facebook. So I wanted to share with you this video. Now take a look at this. You can see here that when I first got started, I actually had, I didn't do anything fancy. You can see Zoom right here. Now take a look. This was back in September 2020 when I had a guest interview with a friend named Liz Wilcox. Liz Wilcox is awesome. So what I did was I streamed my podcast interview directly into Facebook, used Zoom integration, and had Liz join me. What's cool about this is Liz told her friends that she was coming into my Facebook group. Those friends joined my Facebook group, and look, even though I have a super small following, we've got 22 comments, 138 views, and it's not very fancy. And let's look at all of this. People are saying, hey, where's the swipe files you mentioned? This is really good, right? Like, oh, wow, here's all of these questions with all these different people that are saying, yes, this is awesome. So guess what? Now Liz and I have made products together on her specific courses and offers, and now Liz is a fantastic person that I work with consistently, and she actually generates sales for me whenever I have a promotion that I'm running. I say, hey Liz, by the way, I'm doing something, and she goes, great, that's cool, let's do something together. So sales are something that you have to work up to. People are often thinking that something is going to generate revenue right away, but the truth is, you want to get in front of your audience and you want to build that like, know, and trust factor so that you can generate revenue. And the way to do that is building Facebook audiences and Facebook videos. So if this has been helpful for you, I said one final tip. I'm actually going to give you another tip, and then I promise I'll let you go. That is this. Why am I talking about Facebook videos and Facebook Lives? If you're an introvert like me, you're probably wondering, Facebook Lives seem time consuming. I don't have time to create a Facebook group. It's even worth my time. I've got other things. I've got clients, etc. Here's the thing. If you want to get off the hamster wheel of hustle for service providing, you want to be able to generate a consistent traffic for growth, for leads and sales. And to do that, you need an audience. Facebook Groups has created a great audience for me. Secondly, once you start scaling your courses using Facebook ads and Instagram ads, you can actually create a custom video views audience. Yes, you can create a custom video views audience based off of people who have viewed your videos on your Facebook page. And what's great about Ecamm and also Restream is that you can post on your Facebook page anything that you're posting and streaming into your group. So what's cool about this is it's going to actually build you an audience. People can actually learn more about you because you're not just going to sell things all the time if you don't have a relationship with them. And then thirdly, you're going to be able to sell them on a program or a product that you're promoting. So once you do that, you'll see more sales in the long term, and you're going to build up a greater audience who actually likes your stuff. So if that's been helpful, I hope that this has been a great video for you. Make sure that you join me next week where we'll be talking all about how to overcome imposter syndrome as an aspiring course creator. And then we do have one other training before we conclude the Business of Courses Bootcamp. Lastly, if you have not signed up for the Business of Courses membership, the doors are open today. The Business of Courses membership allows access to me. For $12 a month, you get access to 6+ of my best courses on course creation, digital product creation, Canva templates, sales webinar templates, tripwire funnels, group coaching program handouts, 5-day course creation challenge, and so much more. Plus, you're going to get monthly feedback on your sales page audits, copy audits, and if you're wondering about how to get ready for your upcoming launch, I'm having a live training next week on Tuesday on Instagram. And if you've been not posting there, and if you're wondering if your audience is there, they are there. So please join me. It's going to be $12. You can join. You don't have to sign any contract. You can pop in. There's a 14-day refund policy. So join me inside the Business of Courses membership for $12 a month. It would be great to see you inside. DM me if you have questions or comment below and I'll send you the link. That's it for today, friends. I hope that this has been helpful and I can't wait to see you inside the Business of Courses.